Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Accounting with Faizan Jifri. I hope you enjoyed my previous lesson on debtors and creditors, and if you did enjoy, yeah, do keep sharing with your friends. Even O level, A level, any student related to accounting can make benefit of this. So here today we are going to discuss about cash and credit transactions, another area where students have doubts, have problematic areas, issues I would say relating to, right? So the first part is very simple. When we take a transaction means basically an exchange of resources between a business and other parties. An exchange of resources between a business and other parties. So that is very easy transaction. I'm buying goods. When I buy goods, I pay them cash and they give me the stocks. When I buy a motor car, I give them cash and they give me the motor car. When I buy, for a fact, when I have consumed electricity at my house, so I pay an electricity bill towards the end of the month and I get the electricity service from them. So transaction means basically an exchange of goods and services between a business and other parties, right? So I'm not going to deeply explain what transactions, but because that is very basic and students know that. But the problem is they are coming across is they have problems with identifying cash and credit transactions. Now for an example, if you thought a cash transaction as a credit, you're done. If you take a credit transaction as a cash transaction, then also you're done. So we have to clearly identify this is cash, this is credit. So we have two types of transactions in our curriculum, in our syllabus. Syllabus ke transactions varga dekak tiyenawa puta. Two types of transactions are there, right? So we'll go to the part. So I would say number 1, cash transactions. Number 2, credit transactions. Very simple, children. Make a oluda daganda, fix it in your mind. You can do it. So I'll give you an example. I'm writing bought goods on cash for 100,000 rupees. I'll repeat again. Bought goods on cash for 100,000 rupees. So in this transaction, they have crystal clearly, I'll repeat again, they have crystal clearly mentioned that you are buying it on cash. Salli varata ganne, you are buying it on cash. So obviously children, this is a what transaction? No doubt, this is a cash transaction. Now, the same thing I can write in a different way, right? Bought goods, I'm erasing this part, the part in the middle. Bought goods, 400,000. Bought goods, I'll connect this. Bought goods, 400,000. Still it is a what transaction, children? Still it is a cash transaction. Then I'm removing another part. Now I am telling bought goods 100,000. Still it is a what transaction? Cash transaction. Alright. If that is the case, okay, cool, we are cool, right? Now comes the part. Now comes the most important part, I would say. Look at the screen clearly. I am taking these are cash transactions, so I have credit here. These how we recognize credit transactions. Okay, look at the screen. Zoom here. So when we tell in a transaction, bought goods on credit for 50,000 rupees. In this transaction, Lamai bought goods on credit for 50,000 rupees. Ane puta, it's very easy. Look at the screen. bought goods on credit. Yes, I am emphasizing a set of words on credit. On credit kiyanne nayata. On credit, I have bought on credit, right? So when you buy goods on credit for 50,000, in the transaction itself they have mentioned what? On credit, which means obviously, I'll repeat again, but obviously it is a what transaction? Credit transaction. Now you might be thinking for a while, hey, it's an easy task, no? Lazy weather, juju is easy, huh? Right, now the problem comes here. This is cash, I showed you bought goods on cash for 100,000 is cash, bought goods for 100,000 is cash, because in this transaction, I'll show the difference. I'm going to erase this part. See it clearly on the board. Bought goods for 100,000. Bought goods for 100,000. Bought goods for 100,000. This is a cash transaction, and bought goods on credit for 150,000 is a credit transaction. If someone asks you how these cash and that is credit, in this transaction they have not used the word on credit. But in this transaction they have used the word on credit. On credit kiyanne nayata lamai. You are buying it on credit, right? Now comes the problem. I am going to erase this whole thing. Now is the main point coming. I am going to erase this, but I am going to keep cash and credit on the board, right? Right. Give me a minute. Focus on these areas. Thank you. Erasing this. Kind of difficult to have clean it because after a long time using the whiteboard. So since these days online classes are happening via Zoom, so when we take this, now is the game changer. Now you might have watched movies only, there's a game changer. In our syllabus also there is a game changer. I'll show you the game changer. But look at the screen. In a transaction Puta, if you see bought, zoom in, the writing part, goods, bought goods on credit from bought goods on credit from Jackson. It can be Jackson, it can be Thompson. Here see, bought goods on credit from Jackson for, we'll put 200,000 bucks, 200,000 rupees. Bought goods on credit from Jackson for 200,000 rupees. Now, see, I'm going to play mind games with you. Look at the screen. If I ask you what type of transaction is this, you will hop and jump and panna, sir. This is a credit transaction, sir. If I ask you how, you will show me these two words, sir. On credit is there, no? Is it okay, sir? On credit is okay. Good. On credit is there, right? Okay, good, cool. On credit again, nayatane on credit kiyanne. Okay. Now is the game changer. Look at the screen. Focus. Zoom here. I am highlighting here. I am erasing this part. I am erasing. Little erasing. I am asking the children. Now this transaction is, look at the screen. Focus. Zoom here. The transaction. Bought goods from, so bought goods from Jackson for 200,000 rupees. In this transaction, I am asking you, what on earth do you think this transaction is? This transaction is, I would say, Buddha, the most important thing that the students unfortunately make mistakes on. So let's see. In a transaction, Buddha, Now when you take this transaction, they have not mentioned the word, they have not mentioned, I'll repeat again, zoom in. They have not mentioned the word on credit. They have not mentioned. Mention karala naha. They have not mentioned the word on credit. Then your mind will automatically think, this is then the cash transaction. Hold on. Stop for a while. Pause yourself. I agree with you. In this transaction, they have not mentioned the word on credit. On credit dala naha. But pause. I see something special. I see a name of a person. It can be Jackson, it can be Thompson, it can be Johnson. Any son. If you see a name of a person or a business. If you see the name of a person or a business, my dear wonderful students, or whomever is watching this related to accounting, if you see the name of a person or a business in a transaction, it should definitely, I'll repeat again, it should definitely be a what transaction, my dear wonderful students? It should be a credit transaction. Bought goods from Jackson for 200,000. You don't see the word on credit, prashnayak naha, no problem. But you see the name of a person, so it's a what transaction? Credit. So according to that, you have to use the principles of double entry and get the proper dual entry, right? So the summary of the chapter is, in a transaction, if you see the word on credit, it will be a credit transaction. I'll use a different color, it will be better. Focus here. If you see the word on credit in a transaction, it will be a what transaction? Definitely it will be a credit transaction. Other than that, if you see the name of a person or name of a business, definitely it will be a credit transaction. So hereafter when you do a exam question, and you can check past papers, O-Level 2012 second paper question number 6 Roman number 1. There is a correction of errors question. In that you can go and check, there is a business a transaction in the correction of errors, the second or the third error, go and check. Sold stocks to Sugat for 2,000 rupees or something. Second O-Level 2012 second paper question number 6 Roman number 2. There might be other papers too, but I can't just remember. This is the paper that I can remember, so I gave you can go and check. Plus many national, when we do O-Level, there might be private school students also, international school students, right? So you all do check national school papers and see government school papers. Many times they have tested both. Our students in an unfortunate way, they just don't take it much seriously, because they think only this should be there for it to be a credit transaction. But I'll tell you how many conditions should be there. If there is a word on credit, it's a credit transaction. And if there is a name of a person or a business, again it should be a credit transaction. Other than that, all are what transactions, Puta? All are cash transactions. So the summary is, in a business transaction, it can be any transaction. If you see the word on credit, it's a credit transaction. Other than that, if you see the name of a person or name of a business, that is also a what transaction? Credit transaction. Other than that, all are cash transactions. So I'll give some examples. You all try to figure out if they are cash or credit. I'll give one example, two examples. One is sold goods worth 50,000 rupees. Pause the video and comment the answer. Sold goods worth 50,000 rupees. That is the first example. Sold goods worth 50,000 rupees. Is it a cash or credit transaction? You don't see the word on credit in that. You don't see the name of a person or a business. Then obviously it's a what transaction? Cash transaction. Then example 2. Sold goods worth 100,000 to Somapala. Sold goods worth 100,000 to Somapala. In this transaction, you don't see the word on credit, but you see the name of a person. It can be Somapala, Siripala, Amarapala, any Pala. It can be any name. It's a what transaction? Credit transaction. I hope you all had a very good session, guys, and do share this video with your friends. They might find it definitely helpful. I personally believe, Kuda, because yes, this is something which most of you guys make mistakes on. So if you like the video, like it, you can download it and share with your friends, or you can share the YouTube link, or you can download it and keep it with you and focus on your exams. Whatever it is, during this pandemic, many people are struggling with their education, and if you have any problem, you can let me know. My number is mentioned in the description link. If you want any accounting assistance, you can let me know. If you want to join classes also, you can let me know. In the description, I will be mentioning the number, and also we will be conducting few more videos regarding more accounting concepts, because these concepts are not much talked in public. I don't think many videos are. If there are, I'm happy, but I thought to do a small help. I believe it was helpful, guys. Have a nice day, and if you have not subscribed my channel yet, do subscribe it and share with your friends. Thank you. Have a nice day.